Hey everybody, Jeremy here. So today I'm going to be trying out the brand new, just released from Domino's, Philly cheesesteak loaded tater tots. I spent $6.99 on these. But before we get to the review and the taste test, I gotta be honest with a little bit of full disclosure. This is the second time that I've done this video. The first time I tried doing it in the car when I picked these up at Domino's, but when I got back here and looked at the footage, it didn't look too good and I didn't want to put that out. So I decided to just come back home and do it in here. Okay, and that's why these looked kind of picked over. I don't want them to fall out the box, but that is how they look. So what Domino's is going for here is a representation of a Philly cheesesteak just with tater tots. So somewhat deconstructed, but not really. I already know what these things taste like. I already know what I'm going to think about them, but I am going to give it another go just to see if anything has changed. And they're still kind of warm. Here is a look at one of them. We got ourselves some onion, some cheese, some steak, and there's some peppers sprinkled in here too. Like here's one. Let's give it another shot. So not much has changed since I tried these the first time. So I can still say that these are good. I did get them when they were fresh out of the oven and everything was nice and warm. The cheese was very melty and I do enjoy it. Now, tater tots tend to have a very dominating flavor to them. They're the star of the show. That's the main attraction. You get a lot of tater tots inside of this box with the cheese and the onions and the steak sprinkled on top. But unfortunately, they don't give you a lot of steak, and that is, you know, what a Philly cheese steak is supposed to have. You know, it's supposed to have an abundance of steak on it. But they kind of skimped on the steak. My guess is because it's the most important or the most expensive component of this dish, and they just give you a little bit. So what you're tasting for the most part is going to be the tater tots. And that's not a bad thing, you know, because chances are you're eating this because you're already fond of tater tots. But if you're hoping for like a straight up Philly cheesesteak flavor in a somewhat weirdly deconstructed kind of a way, you're not going to get that here. You're not going to get that here because it doesn't really taste like a Philly cheesesteak. They also didn't put many green peppers on it as well. I think that you do need a good amount of green peppers. I feel like they could have gone all the way, but because they did not spread the ingredients out as much as they should have, it really robs them of whatever they're trying to accomplish in getting that Philly cheesesteak kind of a feel to it. You know, they would have gotten closer if they just would have added more steak, added more onions, added more peppers, but it's mostly tater tots with a decent amount of cheese on top. Okay, but it's not bad. And it's $6.99, and I think that if you kind of just took away the whole it's supposed to be Philly cheesesteak flavor kind of aspect out of it and you were just having these just to have for like lunch or whatever, I think that you'll be very happy with them. I'm happy with them, but it's just not that Philly cheesesteak flavor. Now, with that being said, I am going to issue a challenge to myself. I'm going to throw down the gauntlet and I'm going to see if I can make my own Philly cheesesteak loaded tater tots right here at home. And I'm going to make a video showing you exactly what I'm going to do. And this is going to be based off of the tater tot nachos video that I did not too long ago and how those came out. So I'm going to use that same strategy with what I think is going to be a good amount of Philly steak. I'm going to be using provolone cheese, and I'm going to have a decent amount of onions and a decent amount of peppers, and I'm going to see if I can make it better. And if it turns out to be better, then hey, that's going to be awesome. And if it doesn't turn out to be better, I'm going to be honest and say, hey, I tried, but I could not pull it off. But I want you all to come join me on that journey as I make my own Philly cheesesteak loaded tater tots with blackjack. And I'm not going to say that last part, but if you get the joke, you get the joke. But anyway, if you want to see that video, be sure to subscribe because I plan on doing it relatively quickly. And if you like this video, do me a favor and leave a like. And I'm going to keep my eyes open for some more brand new fast food releases in my area and try them out if I think that they're interesting, and I will share them all with you. So thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for the throwdown, And until next time, I'm Jeremy. Take care of yourself.